Wait a
I
minute.
feel so.
There she is.
What?
What's going on? Hey, we got Randy from Go Meow Creations already joining. It's like you were waiting. You were like sitting in the waiting room waiting to go. So
I'm hearing.
I see that we have currently nobody watching.
I'm hearing double stuff.
Are you got headphones in?
Uh,
I need headphones in. Hang on. Total failure.
If it wasn't total failure, it wouldn't be us.
No, it's definitely not our fault.
No.
Let's hope this fits. Well, shit.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh!
This is a new program for Chris, so bear with us.
Can you hear me, Nancy?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good. You just can't see me.
I can't see you. You look like an EOS webcam.
I am. I am speaking to you from the webcam.
And you're also repeating like 2 minutes later.
Well, that's crap's not working. Let's try this. Wait a minute. Well, Nancy, go ahead and introduce yourself. Do a little bit of talking while I go ahead and, battle this end of the junk.
Okay. One thing I had to mention is that I'm here. There's a delay, and I hear our conversation about a minute or two after we said it, so it's like I'm hearing myself talking from the past. So I'm having problems talking.
It's like my first time ever.
So I'm Nancy L.T. Hamilton, and I'm here
from Lion Punch
with
Forge.
Christopher Anderson from Lion Punch Forge. And we're sorry for the broadcasting issues right now, new program. Glad she shut up finally. So you might want to check back in 5 minutes if, unless you have nothing else to do, watch this.
Yeah, let me just switch over to. We're gonna switch over to the Nancy cam so you guys can say hi to Nancy real quick. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm unplugging my microphones. Straight old school MacBook microphone. One moment, please. Source file.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Hi, Nancy. Let's see if we can get this over to our share screen real fast. Can you hear me a little better now?
Yeah, the problem is that it delays like a minute or two, or a minute, and then it repeats the whole conversation. It's not like a slight delay, it's a big delay, and then I hear the whole conversation on top.
Well, that's no fun. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and is it better without your headphones?
I'll turn them off.
I'm thinking maybe headphone stuff.
Let's see.
But
let's see.
I think
you
can hear me still okay.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. I don't have the repeat happening. I just can't see you anymore.
All right. Well,
so at least I'm not.
That's because I don't have my camera currently up. But I'm gonna go. Boop. Hey.
Now
we're gonna go picture in picture here. Select all.
I missed the cowboy hat already.
Add left. I know. Add right, add left. Add. God, I'm so bad at this. This is like
It's new.
it's
You always,
completely me. There, look at that. I'm back.
I didn't say you. I said it's a new program and it's the first time you've ever used it, so there's bound to be fails.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, at least we're having a conversation about the all the failures and all that kind of stuff. So that's what it's all about. Is, talking about the failures. So I have so far Paula and Julie in the comments saying that they can see us. We're really sorry about. I got CB watching, Libby W, lots of other people watching. They're currently having some fun watching our technical difficulties. So right now I'm gonna switch back to the Nancy cam, so they don't have to look at me. They're here to look at you. They don't care about me.
I have to look at me too.
So why don't you start off telling me where'd you and I meet at?
We met at Tucson, I think. What was that?
I think that's when like life wasn't so difficult.
The year before, 2 years ago.
No, it was. It seems like maybe 3 years, but it was actually a year ago.
It was last year.
It was February.
Yeah, I went to Tucson, and then I went to Mexico as soon as I got home. That's right. But it seems like 10 years ago, honestly, at this point.
But you didn't take me with you.
Car was full.
Oh, well, at least, I mean, yeah.
I didn't know you that well. We went out to dinner with David from Eisenman from Pepetools, and Chris was like a kind of, what do they call it, fanboy,
a nerd,
and he sat next to me, and we were like blah 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 through the entire dinner, and we were like best friends by the time dinner was done, and then we started texting each other and phone calls and all that stuff, and so
and you've blocked my number like 3 times, and I've managed to find it again.
When did I do that?
I have no idea, but you did.
I get a little paranoid sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's with being an international superstar on YouTube, it's bound to happen.
An old I've had to learn some things really fast. My son is an IT guy, and so according to him, I have absolutely no computer skills whatsoever. So I'm always trying to prove I can get on YouTube, son.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I can YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to say something about Chris Anderson.
No, crap.
I have never met anybody who's so go for it kind of guy. I mean, how long have you been doing in this industry?
About 3 weeks.
It's about right. What is it? 2 years, 3 years?
So this industry, like actually involved in the industry, or like jewelry work?
Yeah.
Both. All of it.
Yeah.
So jewelry, probably 5 years. Actually, physically involved in the industry, we're looking at probably a little bit more than a year right now.
Okay. So you do make me look like a sloth, a dead one at that.
No.
You've got a tool business, and you've got your videos, and you've got your social media, and you're making jewelry, and you just bought a, what is it, a MIG welder that you taught yourself how to use?
The pulse arc welder, yeah.
Pulse arc welder, he just taught himself how to use. He taught himself how to use machining tools, and I'm like, okay, this is a flex shaft. Where's the foot pedal?
What's this thingy-ma-bobber?
Yeah. I don't know the name to anything. I know them. I mean, believe me, there's a lot of garbage in my head. It's just my RAM has gotten slower as I've gotten older.
I do a lot of editing, like on the computer before I post it. So there's a lot of moments of me looking at the camera going, what was I doing again?
I think that's one thing. Maybe it's good editing or luck. But one of the things that, it's like people say, oh, you make it look so easy. And it's like, oh, you did not see the 12 that I threw in the garbage, that I've reshot this video literally from start to finish 3, sometimes 4 times.
Yeah.
You'll often notice in some of my videos, especially when I'm wearing nail polish, which I try not to do anymore, is sometimes I'll have green, sometimes it'll be purple, sometimes it'll be blue in the same video, and they're all worn and chewed up, so you know that it wasn't done that morning.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's like amazingly difficult to do things properly, especially when you're filming and you're trying to, think about when you're making something, you're really concentrating on what you're doing. Well, try explaining to somebody what you're doing while making sure that somebody can see what you're doing. And you've got tripods and lights and you cameras and cords everywhere. And it's like, sometimes work in spaces that are like this, and the arms are up.
The camera's right up between, you're working around the camera, and
yeah, and then you've got a mic. I use the lavaliers that are little tiny mics that clip on and plug into my camera. And I've always got a cord hanging off of me somewhere, which shows up in many videos. It's a new star. Now that my kitties are all gone. Yeah, it's really an interesting thing making videos. And Chris and I both found that we do this same kind of thing where, like, I'll say, oh man, I would really like to make a locket. So instead of just going and making a locket, I go, oh, I really should film this. So then what I'm doing is like, I've never made a locket before. So I film the whole process, screw it up, throw all that video out, do it again, throw it out, do it again. And then by the third time, I usually have it down.
Randy from Go Creations says, LOL, it's not that hard. I think we're doing it wrong.
Doing what? Filming videos?
Yeah, if it's not that hard, I think we're doing it wrong.
Okay.
Looks like DJ Enman says, hello group, Nancy and Chris, thank you. Peanut Butter, which I absolutely love that screen name. I have no idea why, but PNUTB Butter, engraving adapter works like a charm. Charity from Ghost Metal Works says hi.
Hi, Charity.
Amber Romero's there. Hi, doing great.
Yay. We love Amber. Amber's my assistant, everybody. If it wasn't for her, there'd be nothing on social media. So thanks, Amber.
Whatever you're doing first works. Somebody else said whatever CB said, whatever you're doing first worked well. I can hear both of you. Hopefully you can hear us now again. But I think I'm just going to go with the webcam. I was going to go with a fancy, Canon camera, straight DSLR to all that fun stuff. And I decided I'm just going to go straight webcam.
I'm using my Mac.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm going with.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, let's get some Nancy questions. I know we've talked a lot about me and her and our misled adventures through Tucson and eating dinner. So,
what's a good dinner?
Yeah. So, how about now?
Yes.
Oh, we're back. Some reason the echo cancellation feature for this program mutes my microphone. So let's see. Well, we lost feed for a second there too. Let's see, somebody says Randy's videos are awesome. I'm a longtime fan of Nancy and a new fan of Chris. Love watching you guys. Nancy's here, and I'm going to be reading questions to her. Her and I can go on for like 4 or 5 hours just talking about miscellaneous nothing. So when you guys have questions, you want to ask Nancy something, been dying to know that she hasn't already told you, go ahead and throw that down in the comments. I'll read it off to her. One of the interesting things that Nancy and I both share is kind of our love for books and history of things. So a lot of the books that her and I both read are, historical looks at certain types of jewelry. I know you were sharing with me an older book that you were trying to replicate some of the things out of there.
Yeah, yeah. There's that. Well, I thought I had them out somewhere, but oh, that's weird. So, like, this is an old one. Are you hearing that reverb thing going on? Because
No?
I say something and then it comes back to tapping.
No, I'm not hearing that.
Okay. Well, anyway, I've got a lot of these older books, and I've learned a lot of things by going through them. This is really annoying.
Try. Let's see. I have no idea what's happening with my life.
I'm
So let me turn off echo cancellation. You can probably hear me now.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm on headphones.
Using Ecamm Live, Randy. Ecamm Live. Nancy has an echo. We're just gonna go. We're gonna call this like the 2020 live stream Q&A because it's. I mean, it's starting off like a dumpster fire. If you've made it this far, you are a true fan. True fan. So
We appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate all your support for hanging into this dumpster fire that is Chris's first live stream interview ever. I mean, using this platform. So
Right.
I think that we at least deserve some sort of sound effect for that, Nancy.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I think that works.
You're such a boy.
I know. I try. So let's
I thought you'd say,
do it.
I'm glad you're going through this hell because I'm. Sorry, it's repeating back in my head.
Breaking news, everybody! Breaking news.
So, Amber and I are going to do something similar to this via Chimera, where we're going to have members be able to sign up for Q&A, like if they're working on a project that they're stuck on and they want some help, we will do like an hour. And then what we thought we would share it with other people who aren't actively showing their pieces, but they're wondering like they would bring to the other, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, this program.
Yeah, this
big time.
this echo thing is terrible.
Yeah, it's. I hear myself twice. I mean, nuts.
Yeah. I need to figure out what's wrong with my life.
It's too much work.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just gonna dig a hole, crawl in it, call it good. So what are the type of things that influence your work? I know you really haven't had a whole lot of time to do jewelry lately, but when you do, what are the kind of things that influence your work?
Oh, God. I mean, I could say natural because I'm not real architectural and linear. More horrid, I guess. And Renaissance, Victoriana. I just make stuff and usually it comes out the way someone in my brain is directing it. I have a direct that I don't even get involved in. My hands and the metal work together, and my brain is usually not involved much. Just kind of sitting there going, "Oh, how'd you do that?"
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before too.
Yeah, it's. I guess after you do it a while, that it becomes much easier to have that flow.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Try taking those headphones off to see if your reverb stops.
I can handle this back echo stuff. So we're up here.
How's the reverb now? So do you still have your external mic on? Right.
Yeah, you want me to untake that off?
Yeah, take that off.
Untake that off. All right, hold on, everybody. We're going to ride.
Thank you, Amber, for the recommendation. I forgot that she was using an external mic.
Okay, let's try that.
That's better. Everybody? Can we hear Nancy better? I can see her still. That's good.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, is that good?
I'm not having nearly the reverb back. You guys, can you share with us whether or not that particular thing is better than it was just a second ago? I think part of the problem is I have an external mic that I was using. I haven't got the hang of using it yet, so this is like a whole test for things. Yako says echo's still there. Cass Sullivan says better. I think we're just gonna go with it. I can hear you better. So, okay. You still got reverb?
It's not as delayed. It's more of a 1 second after kind of thing.
So everyone in the comments is saying that it's Nancy's fault. No, that's not true. It's a couple of people are saying Chris's mic is good. Yours is a little iffy. But you know what? That's what you get. This is the same thing as like when you're a beginning metalsmither. You're gonna make a ton of scrap, and it's gonna end up under your desk, and nobody's ever gonna see it. So when it comes, yes. So right now, what you're Nancy's left the room, everybody. She saw something shiny and went walking away. She'll be back.
I'm untangling my microphone. Okay.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
We're going to try the lavalier.
Oh, dear.
No, I can't. This is for an iPhone.
Yeah, so she's not going to use her lavalier. She's going to take a deep breath. Go with it. So Paula's saying not as bad as before. Michelle Sorensen says better. You guys, we're here for you. Yeah. My buddy Yako from the UK says that you sound like an angel. Just go with it.
Okay. I think he's talking about you.
Yeah. Probably not.
Let's see if I can get a camera frame. Okay, there you go.
There you go. There's that angel. So, what have you been doing to keep busy during the pandemic? I know we did a big live with 3 or 4 of us doing a whole talk on that kind of stuff, but yeah. What have you been doing?
It's been almost a year, so that's a big question. I've got about 7 videos that I'm working on, but there's parts that I reshoot, and currently I'm doing Chimera end, so I'm trying to get it up, and I'm spending so far 9 days straight working on it.
Yeah.
So we gotta get that out of the way. I really magnetic class, which is so cool. I mean, it works great. It's just I have to reshoot some things.
So you are working on a new video right now?
Yeah, I've got that one. I don't even remember. I know I have them. They're sitting in my video editing program, waiting to be finished. And so, but that, what else is in life in general? Trying to make jewelry and updating my website. I've been working on my store. and I've got some tools that I'm trying to get developed, which is everything is just taking 80 times longer. The people I'm working with got less staff, and so there's a lot of problems with every step down the road.
It's even more difficult when you're doing your own manufacturing, like you're making everything. I find that I spend a lot of time manufacturing, more time than I thought I would be. I'm getting quite a few orders for my personal stuff, just kind of daily going out the door. And when that happens, it's nice, it's good. But when it happens, it's it keeps you busy. I don't get a whole lot of time to do other than manufacture. So I spend maybe 2 or 3 days manufacturing, and then I spend the rest of the time, working on business and other stuff. So it's
how many hours a week do you work?
All of them.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I have a cutoff time, kind of like a robotic thing where it shuts down every day at 5.
Yeah.
So I at 5. I get up at like 5, so my day starts a little earlier, and I can't go all evening long anymore. Too old.
I can't stop half the time, so I'm answering emails up late. Sometimes I manage to go bed at 7 o'clock, but
Really?
other times I'm up, I'm working, or when I should be relaxing, I'm sitting and working. In the screen behind what I'm looking at right now on my own desktop, before this live stream even started, after I got it set up and failed to do it correctly, it looks like, I was working on CAD drawings for another tool. So, as I'm waiting for me to do one thing, I'm usually in the middle of doing something else as well.
Did you teach yourself CAD too?
Yeah.
I hate that.
I know.
hate him.
I know. Does that mean you're not accepting my marriage proposal?
My husband might object. Your wife might get upset.
Probably. I mean, generally.
And I'm really whiny. You don't want to be kind of whiny woman. My husband lost somewhat, and I think that was intentional.
Well, maybe it's just me and him need to hang out then.
He doesn't talk very much either, so.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't. Although it may seem like it, but I'm actually a pretty quiet person.
Yeah, I think we both are when we're not on.
Yeah, when we're not performing for the people.
Well, I don't know. I started talking to myself a lot more during COVID. I mean, I'm having full on conversations. Like, what do you think we should do? Should we do that? No, let's not do that.
Julie.
Who's gonna hang out with it?
Yeah. You have to keep yourself busy, and talking to yourself is just one of those things.
And my husband can't hear me and doesn't talk much, so it's no fun.
Yeah. Well, I spend a lot of time out in the woods, and because of that, a lot of the time I'll hear voices. Yeah, I'll hear voices, and I'll like, oh, okay, yeah, talk, and
you hear the voice.
Yeah, nature's talking. Well, no, I hear I'm probably the voice, but nature's talking to me, and yeah. So, DJ Inman says that she's definitely talking to herself more as well. I think it's like that. We've all become the kind of a hermit in sorts. So we need to find our socialization, and sometimes it's just right up here.
Yeah. I'm just tired of going out for doctor's appointments, and that's about it. And even those are, but I don't know, if we have a vaccine, and maybe within the next couple of months we'll be okay. We can go out again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Be nice to be able to
anyway,
go do something. You and I
we have our work at home.
you and I have some opals that we need to go try and find.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's this place you guys in the very northwestern tip of Nevada called, what's the name of it again, Chris?
Lightning something or other.
No, it's in the wetlands up there. Royal Peacock Mine.
For opals?
Yeah, the ones that are from the tree branch.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Lightning Ridge.
No, that's not what it's called. I can't
I
remember.
believe I believe Narnia. Yako says that it's Narnia. Is it called Narnia? Yeah. You get there through a wardrobe.
In my case, it's through my buffing box, you know,
You have to crawl under Nancy's desk in order to get to Narnia.
I think most of the cat fur is gone now after 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably find some cat hair still.
Probably.
We just lost.
I have a vagrant cat. She comes in, looks at the phone, says, "I am food."
But still comes back for food, right?
Right, and occasionally she'll come in and get under the covers of my bedroom and bring me up. She's popping back.
Yeah.
Other than that, she covers.
Does she leave before you wake up?
Yes.
Yeah. That cat's straight taking advantage of you.
Total genius. Sick of it. And she's really fat. I don't know how that happened.
It's probably all that sleeping under the covers and eating all your food.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like kids. I used to in the old days, I would have 3 of them stacked on the bath. It's over here to the left on the computer.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. Sometimes tell everybody sat at the keyboard or had or came in the middle of the video.
Didn't you have one video where you're talking about how to get cat pee off your flex shaft pedal?
Yeah, my foot pedal got peed on 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But it was really about how to take your foot pedal and clean.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason for make sure you keep your stuff clean. It had nothing to do with the cat continually peeing on it.
Well, you know, it was the neighbor's cat was coming in and marking territory, which was obviously my flex shaft and foot pedal. So,
yeah.
I've had some exciting things in there. I did a clean one, and I actually changed my pedal, and I used one of those 6.5-gallon plastic water bottles with a spout.
Yeah.
And I dumped my old pickle in there to neutralize it, and I turned it this way, and probably a cat knocked it sideways.
Yeah.
And while I was in the all the pickle out of the spout, all over my counters, and where my rolling mill was. So the rolling mill started. I didn't see it for days.
Yeah.
And I have acid everywhere. It's a huge mess. I hated it every minute of it.
Haven't done that much acid since the college days.
I don't know. I'm having a flashback right now.
Look at the unicorns.
And Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia. The Narnia unicorns underneath your desk.
This is real life here, folks.
So, are you excited for? I know it probably won't be this year, but are you excited for trade shows in Tucson come back?
Oh my God, Amber and I are so bummed. This is really cool house reserved for this year for 10 days, which is an expensive trip. But yeah, we cancel. So I'm hoping next year we can do this house and go again.
Yeah.
because it's so much fun.
I do want to say in the comments there, people are saying la 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 and don't believe that. The acid jokes were all a joke. It was a joke. Haha. Not serious. Just saying. Haha. Yeah.
I don't think much of what we say is serious.
No. And I mean, what's the saying? You don't take life too seriously. Nobody gets out alive.
Yeah. I just met with my mom's cardiologist, and my mother is 90 years old and has heart disease. And he's like 12, the cardiologist. And he says, honestly, we Americans think that we have the right to live until we're 150. The fact is, if you've made it past 60, you are all living off the gold there,
If you make it past 60, you're...
Go 66-year-old. I'm going to be 67 this February.
No. I didn't pin you for a day over 45.
Oh, okay. That's why you keep trying to marry me. Now you can return your marriage proposal immediately.
It's true. Yep.
Yeah, and I hate cooking on top of it. I'm good at it, but I hate it.
I'm a cook, so I mean we'll both eat well.
Okay. And I don't cook anything else either.
Do what?
I've reached princess status. After a certain time, you hit princess status if you're lucky.
Yeah.
That means you don't cook very often and don't clean your house.
Yeah, somebody else brings you your shoes when you want them on.
That has not happened yet, but I'm waiting. No, and then everything else I have to make my husband do.
Yeah.
It's garbage day.
Come on. So what do you have? What's next for Nancy?
Oh God, getting up tomorrow would be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, start there.
I read the books right now are my life. I've got to get these caught up. But my next jewelry related thing is the main magnetic class video out. Plus, I want to finish the class. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Using the magnets is very challenging.
Paula said she just turned 65. Yay, Medicare.
Paula.
Yay, Medicare.
Yay,
Nancy says I love the cool house for 10 days idea.
Yeah. 10 days is, I think, enough time to cover some of Tucson.
Yeah.
We were there for 3 days last year, for 4 days, and I felt like I wasn't even there. It was so quick.
Yeah.
Because I walk around like one whole day and look at prices, find stuff I want to buy, and then go back the next day.
Yeah.
And then change my mind.
So this year I was actually down there working for Pepetools at the Micro Tools booth. So I was demoing for a week and a half, 2 weeks, all the Pepetools, helping sell Micro Tools, some of the other Micro Tool stuff. But, I didn't get a whole lot of time to walk around. I think I got 1.5, 2 days to walk around. And I don't feel like it was enough.
No, it isn't. What is this, the active? AGTA?
AGTA, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. But you have to bring because there's top quality stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you also have to deliver it in or have friends in the industry.
Yeah, I think one of the days I worked at AGTA, I can't remember if it was AGTA or one of the other industrial shows. I can't remember now. But that was actually where I found a lot of my best stones. Was the industrial, and then I got strands of beautiful pearls and all sorts of fun stuff at very decent prices. And that's kind of the benefit of doing this as a business, is that you can go into some of the other shows that are more commercial and you can find some better prices. you also have some really expensive jewelry dealers there that are selling their stuff wholesale.
Yeah, I was just gonna grab this ring and I sit here. I got it 10 years ago when I went, and I got such a steal on this thing.
Oh yeah.
This is
This
Molly Garnet. Wait, where am I?
There you are.
Molly Garnet, 18 karat gold, and the diamonds all around it. And I think I paid 21 for this.
Yeah, that garnet is beautiful. I can see the clarity from here.
Yeah, it's in bless. Everything's backwards.
There's no clarity when I can't see it in the camera.
Anyway, that was my big, I skipped up my allowance kind of thing and splurged on myself for a change.
Yeah.
So,
CB says, I've learned 90% of my jewelry skills from Nancy L.T. Hamilton's YouTube University. You are an amazing human and artist. Thank you so much for sharing with all of us. Chris, I love my Lion's Claw. I'm glad. I'm happy. The Lion's Claw, the design for that was kind of an accident. But it's taken off and...
Loving that, and I'm loving that comment. Thank you so much. I have the best viewers. They send me the most beautiful text and emails and Facebook doodles, whatever they're called. Just blow you away, don't they?
Facebook words.
Is that what?
Yeah. Let me see if I missed any comments here. DJ Inman says it's great to decomp at the end of the day, and the longer you have time to check out the awesome territory. I'm guessing she's referring to Tucson. All the different shows you can go 2 years in a row to different shows and not see the same thing twice. The problem that I have with Tucson is that I have accumulated way too many skills. So I'm looking at rough material, I'm looking at cut material, I'm looking at jewelry, I'm looking at tools, I'm looking at, all the beads interest me too because they're fun to incorporate into things. And then, you're talking to miners and that kind of stuff. And that's fun for me because not only do it... What's that?
Not the young children kind.
No. The MINERS, not MINORS. It's like the difference between waiting for the mail, MAIL, and MALE. It's completely different. Yeah. But talking a lot of the time, I go out and I find my own gemstones. And so talking to a lot of the mining community while they're there is its own thing. So I'm pulled in so many different directions when I go there. Then you look at the fossils and the history of the fossils, and
I love the fossil places. They're great.
Yeah. And see,
you could literally go for a month, I think, if it was. And then there's quartz before Tucson, right? Isn't it before?
Quartzite?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either before or after. I can't remember.
Yeah.
DJ asks, Chris, how did you come up with your design? Tell us more. So it's kind of one of those things where I was a little frustrated. Believe it or not, I got frustrated and a little angry.
Not hangry, but angry.
Yeah. One of the tools that was on the market for soldering, I believe to be unsafe, because it's many people's experience with it catching fire. So I got frustrated with why are you soldering with a tool that is also flammable when you're already introducing flammable flames to a already flammable situation. Why? So I got to thinking, and I wanted to come up with an idea that was it was different. It was different, but it managed to do the same thing and more, which is, hold your pieces down when you solder. And so I pulled that out of my tush.
Just came to the brain.
Yep. And then after the first one came, the original, that's the one that Bench Tool Junkies set out in their boxes. After that came out, I was looking around like I have one. I don't have one here. I came out with the gold, the Lion's Claw Gold, and that opened up a whole lot of other doors because you can change out the tips and make it more versatile that way. So,
it's gold.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sticks with the Lion Punch Forge kind of theme, tool stuff. So that's kind of how I came up with that. I was a little frustrated at some of the other things that were on the market. One in particular, and I'm not mean, so I'm not going to mention which tool it is. I'm not going to mention any of that other stuff. It's just a lot of the tool designs that I come up with, like I do happen to have one of these right in front of me.
I love that.
Yeah. A lot of the tool designs I come up with are to address things that I believe that could be better or different. I know you feel the same way when, especially as teaching, is that you want to try to leave the industry better than it was when you started in it. When you started, there was not YouTube tutorials.
Yeah. It's been that long.
Yeah. YouTube wasn't a thing. They had stone tablet tutorials.
No, all they have are chat rooms.
Yeah. AOL and messaging.
Yeah. No, I really, there were a couple, maybe two other jewelers on YouTube that I remember.
Yeah.
But not many.
There were a couple here and there, but they weren't. I did not just call Nancy old. Deborah Chuck said he just called Nancy old.
No, experienced.
Experienced is the word.
I could have started when I was 10.
Yeah. Exactly. I highly suggest, Deborah Chuck says, I highly suggest watching Nancy's crazy videos. She has some of the maddest skills around. And then she said, he just called you old, Nancy.
That's why I'm not his friend any longer.
Yeah. That's why she's blocked my number already 3 times. And I'm
proof?
Yeah. So I'm back. What now?
Yeah. Well, it's been an interesting journey. I started YouTube when I was late 55s, early 60s years old, and at the request of my son, of all people. He was, new at he was in the IT thing, and the internet was starting to become really popular videos, and he's like, just get in there and stuff. Instead of just teaching 6 people, you could be teaching hundreds of people on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really a great idea. And I look at some of my earlier videos, and I want to cry, but the advice is still valid. I'm so much younger, but the hair is so bad. I didn't get into wigs exactly.
Yeah.
It was an interesting time, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I still don't, but you just kind of plow ahead, and anything I learn new, I try to share. And sometimes I get into this buying because it's cool, and then I have to try them out. And then I usually end up donating my hair because I don't have room. My studio is in a finite space that's already packed to the top. Although, I must say, your studio makes my studio look gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I have little tiny paths to walk. It's kind of like playing Pac-Man. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah.
It's really hard. I mean, there's some people who are really good at being organized and staying organized all the time. Like we talked just 2 days ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where we said, yeah, we clean everything up. It looks beautiful. And then you start making something.
Yeah.
And within 10 minutes, it's a wreck. But if you don't get in there once in a while, though, you kind of have to get in like this. I get stressed out when it's that dirty. Too. I start feeling tense and not as creative.
Yeah. I get to the point where I've just had enough, and I've got to do my cleaning.
Where's mine? Is mine even on? I moved my computer around. See, it's pretty clean.
Yeah. There's a reason why I didn't do the broadcast down in the garage.
You know what? Your mind is so active. I can totally understand why it looks the way it does. You know, you're doing everything. I got into Eric for a while, and I really liked it, and I have the tools for it still. But I got to the point where I was like, I don't have time to do this if I do this. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have the same situation where you're like, oh, I want to get into fire weaving, or I want to get into this, and that. But then you start losing all the other stuff you want to do. There just isn't enough time and or energy. So, come on, Nancy, where's the center?
Just leave it where it's at. Stay still.
I can't stay still.
I'm going to duct tape you to that chair.
I've been told this many times. The board meeting, I'm a board member for Chimera. Jim, one of the board members, is always yelling at me, please stop moving, I'm getting sick. So, I'm trying.
Laura McKinn says that I've watched pretty much every one of both of your videos you put out. Fun and informative. Can't beat that combo. DJ Inman says absolutely friendly, entertaining, generous, informative, and fun. She says your studio looks great. Didn't you do several moves recently?
Moi?
Well, you've moved studios a couple times.
I only moved once, but it felt like a 5 or 6 times.
That's what I mean. The one time felt like 4 years.
Forever.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing I've done. I've lived in my house for 26 years because I hate moving. This was kind of like moving after living someplace 26 years. There was so much crap in that studio out back. And I came into my double garage, and it doesn't have that center wall that it has back here, but it's tons of counter space and cabinet space.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like, yeah, it's great, I'm right next to the house, but I'm trapped in here. I could use a 4-car garage addition.
My buddy Yakko says that his workshop represents his brain at any given moment. It's currently being revamped. So yeah, I can relate to that. Deborah Chuck says that she'd love to see me duct tape you to a chair.
Sugar! Sugar's one of my besties.
Who? Deborah?
Deborah, yeah, that's Sugar.
Okay. Yeah, she said that she'd love to see me duct tape you to a chair.
She would like a lot of torture applied to me.
Well, one of these days, you and I are going to have to get together in one location and film a video.
Yeah.
So that we're not doing this whole live stream thing. When the world gets put back together, we'll have to make that happen. One thing that we have talked about doing is like me filming a video or something like that and then sending it to Nancy where she dubs over like Mama's comments. Like, oh no, what are you, oh my God, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
Son, don't do that.
I even forgot Mama's accent. I gotta practice Mama's.
Yeah, I know, I forgot it too. I think I did a Southern accent when it was supposed to be like a New York.
Yeah, I haven't, I was raised in New Jersey, so you'd think I'd have my Jersey accent down. What happens is they start with a Jersey accent, and somehow I'm from Texas by the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. And forget it, I can't do anything over the pond.
Yeah. Deborah says, Sugar says, don't give her that power. I love you, Nancy. Chris, nice to meet you. Let's see. We have also had some discussions about Nancy filming a reenactment documentary of some of my experiences in life. So, like,
there's one falling off a mountain,
and that kind of stuff, and then me kind of but it's not reenacted on the mountains. It's like reenacted in the backyard where I'm trying to
badly.
Yeah, where we superimpose mountains in the background.
Of a mountain on it.
Yeah, I'll put on my
and on a rope being lowered down.
Yeah, but we'll film it so that it's sideways and it looks like I'm climbing up the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Those are what our phone calls are like that.
Yeah, exactly.
These fantasy videos.
We start talking about one thing and we end up at somewhere other country.
Well, actually, what you're watching right now is very similar to our conversations.
Yes. Yeah. So we are running at around 42 minutes since you and I have started this stuff. It looks like we've had 103 comments from people. Most of them are like, I think I hopefully read most of them. If I didn't read any of the comments straight to Nancy, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Something shiny happened. And yeah.
The sparkle.
Something sparkly. Glitter happened.
Yeah.
It was.
So how long do you want to do this for? Are we closing up now?
No. I'm not getting ready. We got 24 people watching. We got to keep the people happy.
Are they awake?
No idea. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We'll probably go for an hour or something like that. So we got another 15 minutes. If you guys have direct questions to Nancy or myself, throw them up there. Laura McKinn says, haha, shiny distracts me too. All the time. I have to clean up my desk when I do like a video because I'm like, what is, just sun glinted off something. That's fine.
I just was cleaning up for the video and I was taking all these half-finished pieces that I've been working on, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I started working on it, and I saw you're cleaning.
Yeah.
And I found another thing that I was working on. So I'm distracted even by my unfinished project.
So
I have a big drawer of.
The other day I was doing a like cleaning, and I was doing a live saying that I was doing a cleaning, and by the time I have stations in my shop, so like lapidary or engraving or press station or rolling mill or jeweler's bench, welder, and I do have organized stations. The stations themselves are not organized, but I do have locations where things are where they should be. It's just everything else fills in the gaps. So I started off cleaning in one part of the garage, the studio, and by the time I got done with the live, I was like 10 feet over in the other side, and I hadn't even finished the side I started on.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I thought I had some jelly beans around here, but
no eating in the studio.
What's that?
No eating in the studio.
Yeah.
Which we've never done.
No. Didn't you sit in that chair? Didn't you sit in that chair and eat breakfast last time you and I talked?
Yes. This is my office.
No drinking in the studio.
I have like a section for paperwork and computer stuff.
Yeah, that portion's okay.
I'm not putting my drink next to the pickle pot.
I have never done
that. My puffing wheel or grinding wheel.
Yeah. No, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I was looking for. Paula says she was looking for her jelly beans.
I hope she found them.
They're probably with my marbles.
Okay.
If you find them, let me know.
I can't be bothered. Oh, okay.
So
what are we going to talk about?
I'm hoping that we stop randomly just entertaining ourselves and have some people ask some questions here real fast. Either of you or me. Ghost Town Metalworks Charity says it's called ADHD, and we both have it.
Perhaps it's true.
It's true. Didn't you say in your safety video? CB says, didn't you say in your safety video not to drink or smoke pot while using a torch? How can you drink while making jewelry? I think I remember that. Yeah. Robert Murphy says possibly have Chris cut one of his favorite stone self-collected and have Nancy set something in metal. That'd be a fun video where I do a stone cut, like a faceted stone or something like that, and I send it down to you to do a video on setting it.
Yeah.
It would have to be like one of those stones that's just not calibrated and it's got all these kind of weird faceted.
Yeah, and I would love you so much for that.
Yeah, I know. Paula found her jelly beans under her rolling mill. Were you rolling the jelly beans through the rolling mill?
She's making fruit. What are they? Fruit roll-ups?
Yeah, jelly bean fruit roll-ups.
Do not use your rolling mill.
No, it's not. Rolling mills are not food safe. Don't do a banana either. Can't get it out of there.
I was going to show you this thing I just bought. I was talking to Amber, and then I was talking to Chris about this. And I'll probably post on Instagram when I unpack it. We have somebody come here who uses dapping punches as shaping tools.
Hmm?
And it's ice guards are getting chewed up as well as the dapping punches. So I thought, wow, there's no dapping on ice. And then Chris turned me on to, what is that thing called?
It's actually for the machining world. It's referred to a 4C cullet block.
I can grab.
And it's square, and it accepts a round cullet. And that round cullet can be different sizes. They sell all sorts of different sizes. And did you have it arrive already?
I got a box of what are these inserts called, Chris?
4C cullets.
So what this does, see that? And
Nope. Yes. Right there.
Okay. So these fit into a holder that you
cullet
can
block.
clamp, the cullet block. So you can put your dapping punches into this and clamp them. And these were pretty cheap. I got this whole, let's see if I can lift it. Whole big box of them.
Oh, you ordered all of them.
Yeah, well, I can't go partially.
No, you can't go. You can't go half-assed. You got to go full-ass.
It was like $40.
That's it?
Yeah, and these things are steel. And they're finally machined. I don't get it. I don't know how they can do it. Obviously, they're not made here. But anyway, I got a vise, too, that was designed for these. So I'm going to be trying that out on video.
Michelle, I know who you are. I saw your face, and I recognize your name. Michelle Sorensen says, such a huge fan of Nancy. She took me from stringing beads to playing with fire. I have adored her for years. Found Chris on Instagram. This is Michelle Jewelry, and he has helped me so much. Chris helped me troubleshoot pouring ingots when I was ready to scream and pull my hair out. I'm so grateful for both of you and your generosity, sharing your skills. You're both kind of crazy. It's absolutely hilarious. So I just want to tell you how much I love you. You know, here's the thing that we don't get to say a lot. You know, we do a lot of talking on the YouTubes, and we don't get a chance to say that how much we actually love you guys. And the reason that we do what we do is for you.
Boop. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I sit there and I think about, oh my God, this is so cool. I've got to share this with people. It just gets me really excited. And I'm uber grateful to be able to reach as many people as we can. I used to have a weird counter on my website, but it was really cool because it had a map of the world, and it showed with red dots who was online on my site.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see the little countries and islands that I've never heard of before, and they're so there watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt so blessed to be able to share information with people from far away.
The part that part of it that completely flabbergasts me is that you look at places where I've shipped my tools, and I have literally shipped tools to every continent other than Antarctica.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, we gotta get on Antarctica.
So, I mean, penguins down there are not real big metalsmiths.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of scientists down there.
Yeah, they're busy with the penguins, though.
That's true.
So,
what do you do with penguins? Bowl?
Penguin bowling?
I don't know. I'm not ever going to Antarctica. I hope, because I have no desire. It's cold.
It is. It is, and I do like the heat more and more as I've gotten older. It's nice to just have the option to go where it's air conditioning or go sit in the sun. So.
Sidetracked once again.
I know. Bonnie says, Nancy, I made the inline fan system about 2 years ago using her info. It works great. Thank you for all the great information you put out there. Paula says that frozen fingers don't work well. It's true.
What don't work well?
Frozen fingers.
Oh, no. God,
no. If you've ever tried a metalsmith with flippers, it doesn't work. No opposable thumbs.
I don't know. It possibly could. People are very ingenious.
I've tried.
Oh, okay. So, Chris, what are you doing next? Let me interview you.
All the things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have anything specific lined up?
I've got some really interesting ideas for some videos. Excuse me.
Okay.
Somebody wanted to see whether or not I could make a video. Okay, hiccups now. A video on making your own stamps for jewelry. So designing your own kind of stamp style using files and that kind of thing. So I may do a video on that.
That'll be good.
Somebody else.
Also, I'd like to see a video on actually stamping. I've gotten a lot of emails from people who have mixed results with very deep recess stamps, and they're not getting consistent results.
So real quick,
I also
one of the things that I recommend is that
it's not easy. Is
I know. So you have your stamp upright, and you want to make sure that it's touching your metal. So when you strike, you're not having it rebound. So holding it down on your metal, and I'll strike, and I'll tip, and I'll strike, I'll tip, I'll strike, and then I'll do the same thing in a lateral fashion.
Contact all the time. You never lift it.
You don't remove it from the surface. You just tap, 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 tap in a circle.
Where the hell are my hands?
And
this is not as easy.
No, it's not. So.
Okay, so you start out square, angle, angle.
So forward, back, left, right, and you want your downward pressure before you strike. So hold it right where you want it, and then just do your. I kind of look at it like this: tap, 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 tap. And as you're doing that, you're moving it at basically clock points. So either clockwise or counterclockwise. You're moving it at, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and you can go around the circle as long as you don't lift your stamp back up. It's really hard to re-index that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't do a lot of stamping. If I want that kind of effect, I usually end up doing chasing over every day.
Yeah.
But sometimes stamps are just so much here, especially for a border or a repetitive pattern.
Yeah. And I had somebody else get an answer. I got to look on YouTube real fast. They posted a question about something, and I'm like, that would make a great video. So I thanked him. I thanked him for that. Let me see here. See if I can find it in my YouTube comments. Honestly, a lot of the ideas that I get for videos are from everybody watching, and
yeah, I get video questions, which is why if you guys don't notice, I have a Q&A section on my website because a lot of people ask similar questions. So I always post them to the Q&A, but they're also, of course, the videos. Oh, I forgot to mention, Amber and I are also working on a review of fluxes and scale protectors.
Yeah.
That we haven't been able to do because I've been exposed to somebody with COVID, and then my son had COVID, so we weren't able to go in the same area. So we kind of got put aside on that, but we've got the all clear. And I am eligible for the COVID vaccine because I've reached the golden age.
The golden age of Corona eligibility.
Exactly. Another benefit of being old.
So a Forge subscriber named Gail Ward said, I would like to know that if you melt silver in a crucible and pour it into water, what are some of the do's and don'ts and pointers of that? So water casting
I have a video.
Do you?
With sugar.
Nice.
On water casting.
I'll have to share that over to her, but I plan it was a great idea because I don't see a lot of them. So you can vary different things. You can swish the water back and forth so it has kind of momentum before you pour it in, or you can twirl it in a circle. I've done broom casting before.
The height.
The height of the pour and all that.
Yeah, we did a couple of experiments, Sugar and I.
She says, what do you want to know? Oh, you know what? I know. I just got a visual of Sugar because I've watched that video. You said Sugar, and then all of a sudden I had that mental image of her in the video. So
yeah, she's about 3 inches tall.
Yeah, that's her. They had to pan the camera down.
Yeah,
like
they. Who are they?
Yeah, the studio people that the film crew that you have in your studio.
Yeah, who films.
Bonnie says she's done pine needle casting. I've done that as well. I like broom casting, so like buying a broom and cutting the tines off and doing that. That makes all sorts of fun stuff. I've also done things with I've tried other things like lichen or other organic material that'll burn out. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. The fun part is just the experimenting of new material,
Yeah.
You're not going to know what it looks like. If you take a pine cone and turn it upside down, they got the little pine cone butt. You know what I'm talking about?
You
get pine cone butts?
Keep talking, I'm going to find it something.
Oh.
Here, I want to show you this. See, where is it?
Mother of God.
Oh my,
Closer.
oh my
Stop.
God.
Nope, over.
What?
Stop. There. Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
that looks
ring,
like water cast.
This is a water cast ring.
Yeah. Yeah,
There
it looks fantastic.
But they make these little rosettes and these little funnel thing shapes. Yeah, so they're
Looks nice.
cool.
But I think maybe doing a video on that, it was a great idea. I mean, like I said, I get a lot of my video ideas on just people asking questions on, do you know how to do this? I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let me And let me put down the 45 other things that I'm doing and film a video.
Yeah, well, it's the shiny thing again.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm distracted.
Sugar says try different temps of water too, and then the height is also important. Yeah, it would be interesting to try like boiling water, or taking water in a like a small diameter PVC pipe, so that it has farther to go, or because a lot of the time the water is not, or the metal's not completely solidified as it hits the bottom of like a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, we were doing it in a pail, those aluminum buckets.
Yeah.
And I think we put ice in it, right, Sugar?
Let's see. She says try different temps, and the height is very important. CB says I forgot about that video. I'll have to give it a try. Sugar says if you start the pour, pull the crucible up so that it's at different heights. So pour and then bring it up. You don't want to go the opposite direction, because then you're, don't do it.
I think you should do a video on that, because it would be interesting to see what you come up with from experimenting. And
absolutely. I like the idea of
overlap's not a problem.
Trying to find a way to boil water inside of a thick PVC pipe, and then doing a pour into the boiling water to see whether or not. There's all sorts of different stuff.
Good luck. I can't wait to hear you do that.
Yeah. So
makes me nervous just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Catch stuff on fire and all sorts of fun stuff. Let's see.
So are we done?
Bonnie says pouring at different levels creates different results, right? Absolutely. Yes. Because you're pouring metal at one distance into the water. The metal's at the heat that it is at the crucible, and then immediately gets rapidly cooled by the water. If you pour it from a taller distance, it's not cooling as rapidly as it would through the air into the water. So I would imagine, and Sugar might correct me if I'm wrong, that would result in kind of longer pieces, because as it's falling, it's slowly cooling and then ends up having it sting. But like swirling the bucket of water in a direction and then pouring it in, it does all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, we were aiming for the kind of cup shape, because then they. Sorry, let me try to put that out a little bit. So this is a cup. Think of it as where the hell is?
Other way.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Oh my God. This is so hard to do. So this dark area is the inside, like on this ring. It's a cup, and the cup is what you want. So you can put pearls in it or stones, or you can use the long ones too. But some of them are crappy little pieces, and we just melted those down.
Yeah. You pick and choose.
There's all kinds of little things on the bottom.
You also end up with little tiny beads, little droplets.
Yeah.
Bonnie, yes. Mule Team 20 Borax is what I use to season my crucibles.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways. I guess people have painted that case flux on their crucibles.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Well, borax is borax. When they use flux, typically it's borax. It's just whether or not you buy it as a detergent or you buy it as a cleaner. Purity is usually the thing, but yeah, that's what I use.
Actually, Mule Team is pretty damn pure. I think it's 99%.
Yeah.
That's what we were using.
One of the other things that would be interesting to try with water casting is putting some sort of structure underneath the water and pouring on top of that. So when it hits, it's not completely solidified, but it mimics the form that it hits, right? Like if you do little tiny rocks or
or if you did a folded piece of brass or something.
Yeah.
In this kind of shape, I am having a hard time finding.
Yeah, me too.
Where center is.
But I think,
yeah,
it's fun, and there are all sorts of options.
Yeah. Well, let's make a video. Come on, get on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually making it right now as we're talking.
All right, nice.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't saw me doing it.
Oh, he has to put a plug in, guys. Sorry. It is a great saw. I mean, every person I've let hold this saw says, "Oh, they like."
It's been a very fun adventure to see what people think of something that you use on a workbench so often. It's the heart and soul of the workbench, and to have people like it as much as they do, it's been fun.
And it's been also, a learning experience in the production and manufacture for you too.
Yep.
There was things just like the video. There's things that have to be worked out.
Absolutely.
Initially.
My buddy Yakko says if you pour metal like cast into water, but you cast into holy water, you end up with halos.
Okay. I'll give you 8 points for that one, Yakko.
That was way better than my saw joke.
Yeah. I can see why you two talk to each other.
Yeah. We're extremely punny.
Oh. See, this is what I have to put up when I talk to him, guys. Just to let you know.
You do the same thing.
Sometimes I would never.
I would never. So, real quick, we're just over an hour. If anyone else have any cool questions, let me know. Bean casting looks pretty cool, says Amber.
Oh, yeah, Amber. Let's try it.
Cast some beans.
Yeah, and Sugar, don't forget, we need to make a video one of these days.
Yeah, let me know. I'll get in on that.
You'll get in on that?
Yeah, I'll do a just a big compilation of metalsmiths.
Random stuff.
I don't know if we'd be able to actually make a video.
That's true.
We'd have to have a director keeping us in line.
Then we got Charity too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, Charity, do you have time to come and make videos, or are you too busy with your new
she
job?
probably has time to come. She may not even be still watching because she's actually working at her studio or at her gallery while she was watching. So
yeah, Charity is another person that blew me away. She's relatively new to this craft too, and she went ahead and started like a maker spacey kind of thing.
Yep.
And a store.
If you guys are on YouTube right now, look up Ghost Town Metalworks. She's also on Instagram, very active on Instagram. She's trying to grow her YouTube channel. I think she's under 100 subscribers right now. So she's trying to grow hers. She's not real great at putting out the videos, but eventually she will.
Yeah, she's a doll, and she's brave and does great work.
Yeah, absolutely, and legitimately a nice person. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm still waiting for my friends Amber and Sugar to get their act together.
Sugar says, "I'll call you. Maybe see you on Friday."
Okay.
All right. Talk. It's a date. I won't be there, but Nancy will be.
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah. So, I think we're pretty much gonna go ahead and call it there. I really appreciate everyone watching. If you are still watching from the very beginning and you got to witness our dumpster fire of a beginning, thank you for sticking on this long. It has been a pleasure, and a learning experience nonetheless. So
I hope we can figure this out, because I'm still getting echoes. So maybe we'll work on this program a little more.
yeah, eventually we'll get it worked out.
Yeah. You just had to do that,
I
didn't you?
did, yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Yep, thank you guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Love y'all. Woo!
Wait, we gotta wave with the hands in the camera. See you guys.